Welcome to the City Club of Cleveland. My name is Jan Roller, and I'm president of the club. We're especially happy to have you all here during this busy holiday season. You know, it's been said that politics is the toughest business there is. And in addition, the job of governing in difficult times, like those we are facing now, only adds to the challenge. 2 wars, the worst economic climate since the Great Depression, a need to overhaul our healthcare system, unacceptable levels of unemployment and home foreclosures. These are the daunting issues our speaker today, Representative Marcia Fudge of the Ohio 11th Congressional District, must address and hopefully help fix. It's a wonder sometimes why anyone would want to enter the club known as the U.S. Congress. But let there be no mistake. Governing is a noble calling. And hearing that call, and with a strong work ethic and problem-solving persona, serving in Congress is just what Congresswoman Marcia Fudge is suited for. She's a lawyer and worked in the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office. She was elected and served as mayor of Warrensville Heights from January 2000 to November 2008. And during that time, she also worked as chief of staff for her predecessor and beloved friend, Congresswoman Stephanie Tubbs Jones, who died unexpectedly on August 20th, 2008. Congresswoman Fudge was then elected with 85% of the vote in November that year. The 11th Congressional District includes 23 diverse communities, including most of downtown and eastern Cleveland, and eastern suburbs such as Euclid, Cleveland Heights, and Shaker Heights. She now serves on 2 important committees, Education and Labor, and Science and Technology. The seat on the Science and Technology Committee is especially important with our area's robust aerospace industry and the only STEM school in Ohio. With her hard work and dedication, it's no surprise that she is one of the only freshman members of Congress appointed to serve as a vice chair of a subcommittee, the Subcommittee on Space and Aeronautics. So we're very happy to welcome Congresswoman Marcia Fudge for her first Friday Forum here at the City Club. Please welcome Congresswoman Marcia Fudge.
Thank you very, very much for being here today. Of course, I have to recognize a few people before I begin my remarks. Certainly my family is sitting here. Actually, I have family sitting there. That whole table right there, even though we may not be biological, that's family. Want to thank all of my friends who came out today, the young people from the Cleveland schools. There are a couple of people that I really do have to recognize, and I know I'm going to forget someone, so charge it to my head and not my heart. We've got a large group of mayors here. I'd like all the mayors and elected officials to stand up, please. I want to give a special hello to the mayor of the city of Cleveland, where we are, and that's Mayor Frank Jackson, my friend of many years. Thank you for being here, Mayor. I have members of my staff that are sitting over there and volunteers and people who have worked with me since I started this journey. Wave your hands. Dr. Bergman, the new president of Cleveland State, is somewhere here. Ah. We also have the chief of staff of the Cleveland Municipal School District, Pam Smith, who is here with us today. And now to all the other very important people here. And you're all important. So I thank you all for being here. It's been a very challenging year for the House of Representatives. And I just want to talk to you about some of the things that we've done and some of the things we're going to do. And let you know that I'm really working very hard for you every day. And the people that know me know that every morning when I wake up, I have this saying. When I leave my apartment, which is about like the size of this little podium I'm standing on, but when I leave my apartment, I say I'm going to do the people's work. That is what I do. I have been a public servant all my life. It is what I enjoy doing. I think it is what I'm good at. So I want you to know that even though people look at politics sometimes with a jaundiced eye, it is what I do, it is what I love to do. And I will always give you my best every single day. I put together just a very, very brief PowerPoint. Now, we shouldn't have to dim the lights because I know you all just ate and I don't want you to go to sleep. But if you just follow along with me, let's start. Now, I didn't say this. This was written by someone who, as a general rule, doesn't really even like Congress. But it says that this Congress has been as active and productive as any I can remember. The number of major bills passed and enacted into law, the serious sustained activities in areas of broad, complex, and critical importance, all are truly impressive. We have been working very, very hard. Let me tell you just briefly some of the things we've done. Whether you agree or disagree with the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, and I'm going to get to some of the specifics of that as we go through this presentation, but I want you to know that it is one of the best things we ever did. And I think that time will prove us right. We know it was a tough call, but had we not done it, all of the people who have lost their jobs would not have unemployment insurance. All of the people who have lost their homes would not have food stamps, or all of the children who are homeless in our schools would not have food. All of the young people who need to be in early child care would not be there. All of the roads and bridges that need to be fixed wouldn't be fixed. So we think that we've done a lot of good things. I'm going to go again through some details with you, but I want you to know that we saved and or created more than 3.5 million jobs. And people say, well, saved and created is not the same thing, but if you get laid off, then it is the same thing to you. We've saved teachers. We've saved educators. We've saved firefighters. We've saved police officers, people who work on our sewers. We've done a lot. So I'm going to come back to that, but I just want to go through these very quickly. People laughed at cash for clunkers. I know I read something in the paper that thought it was a big joke, but let me say to you that more than 130,000 people in the state of Ohio work in the auto industry. If we had done nothing, all those people would be out of work today. So cash for clunkers. The Worker, Homeowner, and Business Assistance Act, which stimulates growth and creates jobs by adding an additional 20 weeks of unemployment and helps those who have been hit hardest by this recession. Now, I know a lot of people think the recession started in 2009 when Barack Obama became president, but it did not. It started in 2007. We have the Affordable Health Care for America Act, which the House has passed, which is the thing that everybody's talking about. When are we going to do something about health care? But let me tell you this, just by virtue of the House passing that, the insurance companies have already sent out notices that they're going to increase insurance by almost 18% next year. People say, how are you going to do that and do something with the economy? If we don't handle health care, we can't fix the economy. Because 17% of all of the GDP in this country is spent on health care alone. If you have a business, government, mayors, we know, not we, I'm sorry. Used to be. You know what the cost of health care is. And for those who do provide it, it is just staggering. Health care for 11 million children, which is S-CHIP, and I think you've probably heard the word S-CHIP. What we did was extended the child health insurance program so that it would increase up, at least in the state of Ohio, more than 200,000 young people to have insurance whose parents are not poor enough to be on Medicaid but don't make enough money to buy insurance. So we just think, and I've said this many times, that being a lawyer, I look at things sometimes from a perspective of the law. And in our law, in our Constitution, it says that every person, every defendant, every criminal has the right to an attorney. It is my belief that in an area like Cleveland that has the best health care in the world, every child should have a right to a doctor. And I'm going to fight for that every day.